The absolute masterpiece GTA 4 released in 2008, and it still holds up today despite the game recently celebrating its 14-year anniversary. And we know that with the advancements of technology, there are a number of things that can be improved to make the experience that much more satisfying. A high-quality remaster for the new generation of consoles of one of the most beloved games in the Grand Theft Auto franchise, GTA 4, is everything a fan of the title could ever want. Following the catastrophic launch of GTA The Trilogy The Definitive Edition, the community is even more concerned about the future of Rockstar's remastered titles. Therefore, today I will give you a list of things Rockstar absolutely needs to consider when it comes to the development and idea behind a GTA 4 remaster. So the first thing on my list is characters and NPCs. Upscaling and redesigning characters and NPCs is inevitable when remastering a game, especially a title with the scope of GTA 4. Therefore, it is of importance to stay true to the characters and their original designs, while enhancing them for modern hardware. Art style, faces, body types, and clothing would have to be identical copies of the original designs but enhanced with better textures in order for the game to remain consistent and authentic, just as fans of the franchise remember it. One mistake of the definitive editions of the original trilogy was that the designs of the characters and NPCs, excluding the art style of course, were very poorly designed and not only deviated the games from their original versions but also showed the lack of quality that Rockstar fans have come to expect. The same thing applies for the vehicles when it comes to maintaining their original designs, but improving them in terms of detail. Having carefully detailed interiors and also exteriors with newly designed parts would add to making the remaster feel fresh and new, while at the same time maintaining the original idea behind each and every car, truck, boat, helicopter, etc. Now up next is the graphics. Of course, the graphics. This is a remaster, you expect better graphics. And there's actually a lot that needs to be discussed here. For example, the water. The water is a key component of GTA 4 since it was the first game to ever introduce water with this level of realism. Nowadays, however, the technology behind water physics and textures has leveled up tremendously. New and improved water reflections and effects would give Liberty City a total makeover without even touching the actual city. Buildings. In the definitive edition of the trilogy, we saw new parallax interiors being implemented into the classic maps, which then had to be removed in some versions of the games due to performance troubles. Such subtle enhancement would be more than welcome to the already detailed Liberty City. In addition, redesigned textures of buildings and accessible interiors would also be a welcome improvement when done correctly without any misalignment issues like we saw in the definitive editions. The streets are extremely crucial because that is where the player spends most of his time, either in a vehicle or on foot. The streets in Grand Theft Auto 4 are already perfectly assembled, but a texture overhaul of the graphics should be a no-brainer. There is an enormous potential for making the streets and sidewalks look and feel that much more realistic, with new textures, added waste, and particles. Of course, all of these improvements and enhancements to the graphics would look much better with the inclusion of ray tracing. Ray tracing is an essential feature for every new video game, and I would absolutely love to see it included in Liberty City. Now when you say gameplay and Grand Theft Auto 4, one thing comes to your mind: Euphoria physics. Rockstar needs to keep the original Euphoria physics in GTA 4, because in my opinion they are the best physics we have ever seen in any GTA game. The Euphoria physics are the reason so many people remember the game to this day. They allowed the player to interact with the environment in a way no other physics engine has been able to replicate. It is a unique feature of GTA 4 and I would personally be very disappointed if it got cancelled. Even though this is a remaster and not a remake, a physics engine swap would obviously be a lot of work and it might cause a chain of other issues. However, I still wanted to mention it. The Euphoria physics is definitely high on my list. And the audio in the definitive editions could have been much better. The developers behind the trilogy, Grove Street Games, used the original audio files in the games, and it obviously did not match the quality that Rockstar has been known for. I am sure that such project would be treated with care under the development of Rockstar Games and their own studios. And this pretty much concludes my list of things Rockstar needs to take into consideration. Obviously, we're unaware if Rockstar even plan on bringing a GTA 4 remaster. Nonetheless, I still wanted to list some some things I would want to see in such project. Leave your own ideas in the comment section down below. What would you like to see in a GTA 4 remaster? I also want to say a few words about additions to the remaster. If Rockstar ever decide to remaster this title, I think it would be cool to see the inclusion of barbershops, vehicle customization, weapon customization, and a countryside expansion to Liberty City, Liberty State. Of course, all of those things are unlikely to happen even if a GTA 4 remaster is real, but I think these additions would actually make the game much better than, let's say, the white outline that was a new addition to the trilogy. Such additions such as the white outline are unneeded, but if Rockstar ever decide to add barbershops, which were actually intended to be in GTA 4 but they were cut in the development stage, and also vehicle customization, obviously not on the level of GTA 5, I am sure that it would be incredible. It would still add to the world of GTA 4 without ruining the experience. If you enjoyed today's video, I would appreciate it if you click the thumbs up button, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and you can also click the bell to always be notified when I release a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you later.